Hello, welcome back to Chris TV. Thanks for stopping in and sharing some time with me. I'm out here in the garden and I wanted to give you an update and provide the August tour as I promised. She looks pretty rough right now, so I'm a little ashamed to show it to you without having gotten out here and cleaned up a lot that I need to and want to, but I have been harvesting some out, some cherry tomatoes, some cucumbers, several other things, but I'll show you as we go around. It's kind of gardening at its worst moments, I think, because like I said, she looks pretty sad right now, but she definitely needs some of my love and attention. I just have not had the time to get out here and give it to her, so she is a little sad at the moment, but time will turn some of that around, and so I have a few surprises to show you, so I will get at it and show you what we got going on in the garden. So we're up here at the front. As you may notice, the pumpkin plant is still there, and it actually isn't looking too bad. My last video, I think I told you I was throwing in the towel and I was going to get all of those out, but they bounced back and I decided to leave them. They have all of them have several pumpkins, and some of them have yellow leaves and some rough stems looking, but stems that are looking, pretty like this, yellow here. And then the leaf is dead, so it's just, it bounced back and kind of has come to life a little bit, so I figured I would leave it alone and hopefully let some of these pumpkins ripen. I did try to cut off the ends because it kept putting out shoots and flowers and baby pumpkins, and like here I got one. It doesn't look like this one wasn't germinated, I don't think, or pollinated, but I'm trying to stop it from setting new fruit so it can focus on ripening the fruit that is already on the vine. So she's still with us, and we'll see what happens. The sweet potatoes here, they're doing fine. My teddy bear sunflowers, these have been just budding over and over. Lots of different sunflowers on them. Hope I got UPS coming up. This cherry tomato here, you can see she's looking a little poor. Has a cucumber plant coming throughout it. The cucumber plants are really yellow, but I have been getting lots of cucumbers off of them, so I've left those as well. You can see how sorry for all the dogs barking. UPS gets them all going. But you can see all the tomatoes in there, so I got to come back, and that's why I've got my noticed my little kangaroo apron. It is my harvesting apron. I get to put what I need in there, so it works pretty well. So I'll come through and get that when I get done here. But cucumbers, like I said, back there. My pepper plants, I've got several. These are, I think these were King of the North, I think. Yeah, King of the North bell peppers. So we've got plenty on all of the plants. A couple, I have had some problem with blossom end rot. Oh, see, it fell right off. Just with all the rain that we've had. I did have to water a few times, but we got some really heavy just downpours. I do got more onions I still need to get out. I have been picking those here and there and getting them dried and cured. The pole beans that I put in here, I believe chipmunks got most of them up. You'll see they kind of scattered them throughout my garden, so I got one that's coming in here, and that's it. I did plant some more cucumber seeds here just the other day. They are not coming up yet. here are my jalapeno plants, jalapeno peppers. They are doing fine. I've got lots of peppers on them. I haven't harvested any yet, but I don't usually try to pick them too early. Give them time to ripen and then I'll do something with them. These were the hot dill peppers, and I honestly have not even seen one pepper on any of the plants. I get these blooms, and oh, actually right there we got a couple little ones. So there's a few more there too. So I don't know why they're not really fruiting real well, but that was something, I don't know. I've got several plants, so it should have been fine to pollinate, but just not a lot of fruit on those. Here's that cantaloupe plant. I braced this one up here. I've got those cute little baby fuzzies. But there are a lot of cantaloupe on my cantaloupe plants. I hope they get to sweeten on the vine, because there's nothing like a fresh cantaloupe right off the vine that's gotten to ripen. Here are the tomatillo plants. I do need to harvest. These are ready. Actually, they're starting to brown a little. But I do need to harvest some of those and get going with that. I see I've got a big piece of pumpkin plant here coming through. I'm going to have to chop that down. I didn't notice that before. Here's a cucumber plant. You can see is all yellowed. I have gotten a lot of cucumbers off this. I still have a few more I need to pick that are ready. But I left it because I'm still harvesting cucumbers on it. Here's some of those pumpkins, another pumpkin plant. This was the one I found all of those squash bugs on. It is looking a little sad here in the middle. But I have the cucumbers. I may go ahead and start pulling these just because I think this one is, I say that, but then they wind up bouncing back. But I've left it and it's looking a little sad. Here, my Brussels sprouts. We had a couple bad storms, and the rain, after rain brings the moss. And I did come out and treat with diatomaceous earth. You can still see some on that plant there, but you have to keep sprinkling that. And I don't know, you can see all the damage. Well, there's a couple worms right there. So I gotta get out here and spray these again. They were looking really, really good about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And then the storms hit, and then the moss came and the worms, and they're just getting their little bellies full. I did notice here, I don't know if this is, I think this is one of my pole beans that got transplanted by a friend. So that's not going to do much there. Here's those flowers that you got me, Mom. They have done wonderful. They're beautiful. I do need to get out here and deadhead these, get these off so it will keep blooming. But I actually saw one of our neighbors that has a whole big area of these flowers out in their front, and they look absolutely beautiful. So as much as this has already spread this year, I'm sure this will just get very full and beautiful. The colors really pop in my garden and make it just a nice added little touch over here in the corner, and hopefully brings in some good pollinators. Here was my long pumpkin plant, and it's doing okay as well. I have left it. I've got multiple big long pumpkins. This one is concerned, well, look at them white moss. The stem is concerning me a little bit here, so I'm not sure. I may be sacrificing that pumpkin. We'll see. But I've got a big one hanging there. I've got another big one hanging there. Multiple ones up here. So that's still doing good, so I'm just going to leave it. Here in the middle, there's the butternut squash, and it's actually kind of looking all right too. That squash down there is doing fine. So even though it's more yellow than I would like, I'm just going to leave it. Here, actually, I have strawberries. A friend of mine that we partner with on, or we have some similar interests with our dogs. She's from Kentucky. Her name's Lisa, and she brought me up, or mailed me. They were up here not too long ago. And we had dinner with them, and she got home and had a lot of strawberry shoots. So she sent them to me in the mail, and I got them in the ground right away. They started to. They look. Hopefully they'll make it. Some of them are pretty brown and dried, but these are an ever-bearing strawberry, so they bear fruit all summer long. So we'll see what happens with those, but I think eventually I will make this entire bed strawberries, get rid of this, after I get this pumpkin, or this butternut squash out in the spring, I will probably plant more strawberries over there. Here's that other pumpkin plant on this side, and it's kind of, it's got the dead ones, but it has lots of green in there too, so I'm just going to leave them. I decide to throw in the towel, and then Mother Nature gives me a little hope that I can get some ripe fruit off of them. All right, over here I have my cabbage. It was getting a little eaten too, not too bad. So I do have some heads here. That one there, smaller ones there. There's another one. So hopefully those will be all right. Cucumber plant up there, and I have been getting lots of cucumbers off of it, but these little ones I don't think are going to mature. This is just it's a white cucumber. It has a very thin, what do you call it? The outside, the skin on it is pretty thin, so it's seen better days though, so I don't know if that plant has much life left in her. So she may go, but the other cucumber plants that I planted are the same kind, and those were actually seeds from my friend Lisa as well. Oregano, I harvested a bunch of this, and I just decided to let it go to flower. My mint as well, I harvested a bunch of that and dried it, and just let it go to flower from here. The sage, same thing. I've harvested what I wanted for the year. I'll still probably take more off the sage and dry it, but the oregano and the mint I'm done with. My calendula plant, I didn't deadhead it as much. I stopped at one point and the storms hit, and if I would have kept these dead ones off, it would have kept flowering until the fall. Last year that's what it did, and it was just beautiful. That was the last thing I had in my garden. But like I said, my poor tomato plants are all falling over. This one, these are the sweetie tomatoes, and those I'm picking lots off of those, and I'm just gonna leave them till I don't get any more. My potatoes. I've been digging up potatoes. These are all tomato sprouts, again from last year. I had these tomatoes in here last year, but my potatoes are all done. I've been digging them up. What's happening is the longer I leave them, they're starting to regrow again. So I haven't got in there to see what is going on with the potatoes in the ground, but I have pulled all these up and gotten several out already. I've got a few of my rogue pole beans from something transplanting them. Another one here. So, but I do have to get out here and dig the rest of these up. But like I said, I don't really know what's going on since it's regrowing and green. We'll see. These are my peppercini plants. I do have plenty in there. So I haven't harvested any of those yet. This was the tomato plant that reseeded from last year down here on the ground, but this is also what is re-coming up in there too. So I have been picking some of these off. These are I forget what they're called, but oh, Berry's Crazy Cherry. And actually you had one of these, Mom, at your old house that you gave to the neighbor when you guys moved. So all those yellow sweet tomatoes. I gotta get in here and pick some more. These are my Romas that all just fell over. There's a ton of green ones in there, so hopefully they'll ripen and I can get them, but I can't, I don't know what to do with this mess. So they all just fell over in that last storm, and there they are. These as well. I've got a lot of dead, I think having too much foliage and just the lack of pruning did me in with those. But they're still, I'm getting some of these off. These are actually almost ripe. They're getting there. These have always been hard for me to tell because they do turn, well, that one's too soft, that I'll give to the chickens. But these are, I forget, Brad's Atomic Grape. And I have picked a few of those. I got more cherry tomatoes down here I need to come and harvest off of this one today, so I'll get that done. I am getting, they're starting to get ripe in here. I do still see blossom end rot. I just pull them off and feed them to the chickens. More cucumbers here. I've been getting some off of this. These are, this is the first year I grew these kind. They are a very long, slender cucumber, Yamato Extra Long. I grew those from seed. I did learn that if you pick them too soon, they are very bitter. But if you let them go, they are pretty good. So I'll probably grow those again. They're a good slicing cucumber. All these tomatoes here, I have picked a few. These are my Black Crimson. These I'll probably go ahead and pick too. I haven't gotten any beefsteak yet, but I've gotten a couple of the Black Crimson. But the original regular beefsteak, I have not gotten any off of those. So here are some more of the Teddy Bear sunflowers. They're pretty, I like them. I'll probably grow those again. And my beets that I need to harvest. I've got some really big ones. I've let these go, and I need to get these out and harvest those. I've got another cantaloupe plant here with lots of cantaloupe on this one. I've got several down here, several up there, several down on the ground. Again, I've been picking off these ends and trying to stop any new fruit so that it can focus on what's there and get what's there right. My zinnias, the dill, I harvested a ton of dill and dried it. I have plenty for the year. I let it go to seed, and it's just been a pretty plant for the garden. Also smells pretty good, and it's just added a little color for the garden, so I like it. But it'll probably be coming down pretty soon too. So anyways, so there is the August tour. It's, like I said, a little sad, but it's okay. We will get out here when we can. I try to make sure I'm enjoying it. When it isn't enjoyable, then there's no point in it. But the rain also caused a lot of mosquitoes. So spending some time out here has been challenging with that because I can't stand the mosquitoes. So I do put some essential oils on, and that does help for a little while, but I can't be out here with mosquitoes. So anyways, there is the August garden tour, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for coming along with me on the journey today and sharing your time with me. As always, I miss you, and until next time, take care.